So far, there is only one winner in this war: Russia. It steadily undermines Ukraine's position by flouting international law. We know the new reality, a reality in which Russia violates peace, China disrupts trade, and the United States challenges the international rules-based order. We must defend the rules-based international order. Violations of international law must not be accepted, whether in Ukraine, Greenland, Latin America, Africa, in Gaza, or in the Middle East. So far, there is only one winner in this war: Russia. It steadily undermines Ukraine's position by flouting international law. It gains new resources to finance its war against Ukraine as energy prices rise. It profits from the diversion of military capabilities that could otherwise have been sent to support Ukraine. And it benefits from the reduced attention to the Ukrainian front as the conflict in the Middle East takes center stage. We know the new reality, a reality in which Russia violates peace, China disrupts trade, and the United States challenges the international rules-based order. In this new reality, what should be the mission of the European Union? First, we must defend the rules-based international order. We must uphold the principles enshrined in the United Nations Charter as outlined in our treaties. Violations of international law must not be accepted, whether in Ukraine, Greenland, Latin America, Africa, in Gaza, or in the Middle East. The European Union calls on all parties to exercise maximum restraint and return to the negotiating table. The European Union stands with the long-suffering people of Iran. We support their right to live in peace and determine their own future. We believe that human rights and freedoms must be fully respected. But freedom and human rights cannot be achieved through bombs. Only international law upholds them.
Thanks so much, dear Ursula, dear Antonio, our friends, real friends of Ukraine, dear journalists. I'm grateful that you have come to Ukraine on this day, 4 years since the start of Russia's full-scale invasion. Europe has stood with us throughout these really difficult years, and our people trust Europe. They know we are not alone. In many ways, all of this is thanks to your personal efforts, your work, and friendship, our friendship. Thank you so much, Antonio. Thanks so much, Ursula. There is still much to be done, and today Ursula, Antonio, and I discussed concrete steps that can bring us closer to peace. And there is no place for the Russian shadow fleet in European waters, and no place for Russian oil and gas on European markets. We discussed changes to EU legislation that would make it possible to stop Russian tankers and seize the oil they transport. And it's doable. We also spoke about ensuring that the 90 billion loan works for Ukrainians as quickly and effectively as possible. And because Russia continues its attacks on our energy infrastructure and our people, we discussed air defense and energy support. Thank you for the European Commission's readiness to join to the implementation of our updated energy strategy. And we discussed this today, and I consider it one of the biggest decisions which are very important for us of this day, of our meetings, and we count on 20 sanctions package being strong and efficient. It must be adopted as soon as possible. And of course, there are a lot of different challenges, but we count on it. And this is the form of diplomacy Russia understands, and I thank all leaders who support it. But this has to be done in the interest of all Europe. And I thank all our European friends and our partners, everyone in the European Union who stands on the right side of history and helps us, Ukraine and Ukrainians. And it's vital that we have started working on the details of a key geopolitical security guarantee for Ukraine and for all of Europe, and clear date for Ukraine's accession to the EU. The year 2027 is very important for us, and I hope doable, I hope, so that Putin cannot block our membership for decades. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support, for your visit. Slava Ukraini.
Slava Ukraini.
Today we stand in Kyiv on a grim anniversary. It has been 4 years since Russia launched its full-scale war against your country. But even in the face of this terror, the resilience of the Ukrainian people remains undimmed. We have seen 4 years of extraordinary courage from your soldiers and from your citizens, whose bravery will echo through history. This will never be forgotten. In those 4 years, the support from your friends and allies has been unwavering in Europe and beyond, and you can count on it. Since the beginning of the war, the European Union has provided nearly 200 billion euros in military and financial support. More than any other partner, and there is more to come. And let me spell out 3 ways of support, how our support will be maintained and how it will be reinforced. The first one is the European Union loan of 90 billion euro. We call it the steel porcupine loan because it should give Ukraine the strength of a steel porcupine, indigestible for potential invaders. Let me be crystal clear, and the President of the Council also said it. The loan was agreed by 27 heads of state and government in the European Council. They have given their word. This word cannot be broken. So we will deliver on the loan, one way or the other. Let me be very clear, we have different options and we will use them. Now let's look at the loan itself. The first priority of the Porcupine loan is to address your most urgent defense needs. It will help to procure, to produce, to develop, and to secure advanced defense equipment for the brave Ukrainian forces. That ranges from drones to missiles to ammunition, and the work has already started. Together with the Ukrainian forces, we have identified a first package, a priority package. Our aim is to deliver it before Easter. It includes drones and ammunition. And in parallel, we are working intensely on the integration of both our defense industries. We can learn a lot from the Ukrainian defense industry. You can count on us with our well-established structures in the defense industries. So more integration is the goal. Of course, the ultimate aim is that your soldiers will gain a decisive edge on the battlefield to protect Ukraine. And of course, the European Union will have access to valuable, cutting-edge innovation that is also applicable to other industries. The second priority is to help you through this harsh winter. Invincibility tents, we have seen it this morning, we visited one, and they have become the symbol of the Ukrainian solidarity and the unbreakable resolve of Ukraine. In this difficult moment, let me reassure you that we stand firmly by your side. The European Commission is the largest donor of energy support to a value of 3 billion euros so far. Since the start of the war, we have provided over 11,000 generators and almost 1,000 delivered in January alone. But of course, we have to go further. And therefore, we have now a new package of 100 million euro to deliver immediate support. That's what is needed right now. It's available on the market. So far, the money was not there. So the 100 million package can immediately be invested. And while we help you through this winter, we start preparing together with you the next winter. We will work on a new, we call it Winter Energy Plan for 26 and 27. The name is Repair, Rebuild and Restart. It will include a package of 920 million euros to stabilize Ukraine's energy system. So just to give a few examples, it will secure the steady flow of electricity across the country. It will accelerate the decentralization of the production of renewable energy. You mentioned how important it is. It will, of course, repair and rebuild and modernize the grids. And it will repair and restart the damaged power plants too. Let me add that there is a lot of coordination that has to go on because lots of in-kind support is needed. It is available, but we have to bring it together. And therefore, Commissioner Jürgensen and Deputy Prime Minister Šmihal will convene an energy Rammstein in March already in order to coordinate and have a very seamless and precise work together from both sides, the Ukrainian and the European Union. It will ensure that Ukraine gets exactly the supplies and the material it needs now. Finally, let me address the issue of energy security within the European Union. The Russian attacks on the Druzhba pipeline have had a direct impact on European energy security. We condemn sharply these Russian attacks. I would like to thank Prime Minister of Croatia, Andrej Plenković, for his efforts to secure and increase the transport of oil to Hungary, to Slovakia, and to Serbia through the Adriatic pipeline. And in the meantime, we ask for the repairs on the pipeline after the Russian attacks to be accelerated. Now, our third priority is to maintain maximum pressure on the aggressor. We will soon get our 20th sanctions package over the line. Our sanctions will keep draining Russia's revenues and weakening its war machine, and we are closely coordinating with our G7 partners for maximum scope and impact. Dear Volodymyr, this morning we honored your fallen at the People's Memorial in Maidan Square. And today I'm also thinking of their comrades bravely holding the line in the trenches. They fight for peace. They fight for a better future for their children. They fight for a simple dream of a free and sovereign Ukraine at the heart of a free Europe. So let me conclude by saying to them, Europe will stand by you and stand with you until you have made that dream come true.